only Digimon. I am obsessed with this set already, and I can't wait to build decks for all of these characters. But we're going further along. The Eaters, which are devouring the cyberspace, also finally become cards. And I have been very scared about these coming cards. So let's see what they do. I'm sure they're going to do busted breeding area stuff, right? And if you've listened to my channel at all, I hate breeding area effects. They should leave the breeding area alone. I think that it means Digimon, the devs are just getting lazy, but they're trying to add more aspects to the game, whatever. I'm just a hater on messing with the breeding area. I want them to stop doing it. It leads to very busted mechanics. That's my rant. It's over. I will enjoy the cards from here on out. So we have Mother Eater herself. Play cost of 20. That's a lot. This is a digi egg though. So this is your digi egg that's going to get you all your busted breeding effects. So let's see. Breeding, start of your main phase. Look at your digi egg. Look at your digi egg deck's top card. Among them, you may place Mother Eater as this Digimon's top Digivolution cards. Then, if this Digimon has 10 or more Digivolution cards, you may play 3 Mother Eater from its Digivolution cards without paying the cost. This is very confusing. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm just reviewing over the cards, but let's see if it makes more sense. Breeding! All turns, all your Mother Eaters in the battle area are treated as having 16,000 DP. Yeah, see, so this egg is going to move up and be a problem. Because now it can move up because it has DP as soon as you move it up. Very interesting. On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Alright, so I'm assuming we're going to have some way to activate her on play effect. Breeding, all turns once per turn when any of your Eater trait Digimon will leave the battle area other than by your effects, you may place them as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Okay, gotcha. So each start of your breeding phase, you just look at your eggs, you put one on top of her, you keep getting more and more of these effects. Very interesting. Yep, I see what's going on now. So yeah, this egg will just keep flipping at another egg. It is a little annoying that it is at the start of your main phase. So if you go first with this deck, you're able to do the stupid shenanigans just like how Royal Knights does, where you can start your breeding, hatch, start your main phase, put another source. So now you have the breeding all turns, once per turn. When any of your Eater trait Digimon will leave the battle area, you tuck them under the sources. So immediately you're getting value from this card. Very interesting indeed. Very cool, awesome looking card. It is an Eater NCS trait uncommon. Let's go through the rest. We have Eater species form. Blocker, on play, draw 1 card. 50 copies of this card in your deck. This is literally just going to be a better Mother D-Reaper deck, essentially, is what they're doing here. Which is, also an interesting deck. I didn't mind Mother because it did do these breeding area shenanigans. But you play it for 3, you got a blocker, you draw a card. The blocker's going to die, so then you're adding this source into your Mother Eater area, and then the breeding, your turn once per turn. When any of your Digimon cards with the Eater trait will be played, you may reduce the play cost by 1. So play this for 3. Now everything else goes cheaper. Very interesting. Very cinematic, but very cool in this art that Gabumon and Agumon are here having to see the Eater species like they did, and they're like, what the heck is this? What is going on in the game? And you know it's a problem because this thing looks very scary. One thing to note, it is a Digimon that has 1000 DP and 3 play costs, but it has no level, which is a really, really strong thing in the game to have because a lot of removal is level specific, right? So we can maybe see some play cost specific deletion come back in the game to help you with this deck. But we have Eater human form. I don't think human form was mentioned in any of the tamers yet, but this is a play cost 6,000 DP. The same breeding effect to reduce something by 1, which is cool. And then it says Digivolve Eater specimen for cost 2. Eater species form cost 2. So you can go on top of the Eater species even though it doesn't have a level. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be positive, right? I'm not happy about these kind of mechanics in the game, but they're here, so I just need to go over them. Digivolve, Eater species form, so our levels don't matter, nothing like that matters. We can Digivolve over these Digimons now, just showing that this is a better Mother Reaper deck, because now you get to Digivolve and Digivolve unless you draw calls. So this just Digivolves for 2 on top of this thing, and it has some pretty strong stat lines being 6,000 DP. But even if you play it, you get to reduce it by on turn 2 at least by 1, which is really, really good. But when Digivolving, you may place one Eater species formed from this Digimon's Digivolution cards as the bottom Digivolution card of your Mother Eater in the breeding area. So not only do you get to Digivolve and draw a card, now you get to tuck that source since you don't need it on this guy, and then further reduce your play cost of the next thing you play. And then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon checks your opponent's security stack, you may play one Tamer card with a CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. Oh, that is busted. That is so strong. Oh my god, when this Digimon checks your opponent's security stat, play any of your CS Tamers. So with these CS Tamers, I guess you can kind of add any of the Tamers to this deck that you want, and now it's kind of making more sense about what you want to give these different Digimon based off of what Tamer you want to play it with, and they all kind of support the Eater deck, which is very interesting, right? You can probably run the Eaters with not some of these cards and run some generic good stuff, but they all are CS traits, so you can play any of them with the human form, which is really, really cool. You know, being in the lore, the coding, trying to code in the human form trait Digimon kind of style, the Eater trait-ish kind of stuff, you know, angels, Eaters, the Digimon, and the humans, and the data getting, you know, trying to make a human, essentially, is what's going on, right? That's really good. Play the Tamers. But let's get on to what Eater Eve does. Eater, CS trait, uncommon, common, common. So this is an uncommon. It has Digivolve on Yuko, Kamishiro for free, or 3. So we will go back up to our Yuko Kamishiro. This is Yuko Kamishiro, the red-black. So being one who, you know, we're trying to help out and not get turned into an Eater form. But she is, because she is Eater Eve. So you can Digivolve on top of her for a cost of 3. Being able to give you the inheritable to boost by 3,000, and this thing will not be affected by your opponent's effects, and you're going to raid. So you get to switch the attack target, get the 3,000 DP, get the protection. Going to be really, really strong, and it has on play and when Digivolve it until your opponent's turn ends. One of their Digimon can't suspend. Then if this Digimon has no Digivolution cards, you may place one Yuko Kamishiro from your hand or trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. God, that is so good. And then all turns when this Digimon will leave the battle area, you may play one Yuko Kamishiro from the Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So yeah, Yuko is the main tamer for this deck. You're going to throw her and Arata Sonata into these decks to get their, this is going to be a really good deck. I'm already telling you guys, a lot of people are not going to have fun playing against this deck, but it will be a really fun, cool deck in the terms of lore. I wish I could zoom in. It's not letting me zoom in on here, but I do want to see if that's like showing her getting turned into it or not. But really strong card, raid, get your boost, do all kinds of crazy shenanigans. Going to be really, really good. Going to our Eater Adam, right? Arata Sonata being able to go into this, using the power that they're doing to be able to fight back against it, getting corrupted. 10,000 DP, really, really strong. 8 play costs. Digivolves on Serata for 4. Has security attack plus 1, which is really, really good. Security attack plus 1. Still just the, you know, redirect effect. So not too much synergy there. Definitely a little more synergy with the Yuko than the Arata, but Arata is more defensive and Yuko being a little more proactive, but both really, really good to be able to go on top of the Eater Adam having security attack plus 1. On play when Digimon, delete when your opponent's Digimon. Delete when your opponent's play cost 7 or lower Digimon. So aces. You're going to blow up aces. Which is going to get you memory, which is so good. I don't like that they put 7. It could have been 5. The card still would have been really, really strong, but it being 7 means that it just makes the deck more relevant and powerful. Then if this Digimon has no Digivolution cards, you may place an Errata from your hand or trash underneath the Digivolution cards for free. All turns when it would leave, play the Errata for free. Really good recursion in this deck. Really, really consistent. This deck is going to be so strong and cool. I'm sure a lot of people are going to play it. I know a couple guys at our card shop are going to play it. I'll probably build it too, just because it looks really, really cool. Probably not. I'll leave it for the guys who want to build it. Although I do love the lore, I do love the art. They look really, really cool, right? It is a really cool thing. But how many points we got? All right, I need to speed up. This is already a long video. Sorry, guys. Y'all know I always talk a lot. But point 2, that was a long point 1. Man. I will probably split these. If I do, you see me split it. If you don't, then you stayed for a long video. But Let's see. Point 2, cards to recreate the scenes from the video game are also in the lineup. So what do we got? We got the Alphamon that could Digivolve onto your level 5 CS trait or your cost 3 while you have fewer security on your Kyoko, because that is her partner Digimon for a cost of 5 when this happens. It is so freaking cool. You're like, what the heck? You got Alphamon? That's pretty dope, girl. It has a reboot blocker. It Digivolves for 4 on your level 5 yellow or black Digimon. Reboot blocker is really, really good. On play, when Digivolve and when attacking. They didn't have to give it the on play. Just saying now, Royal Knights. It means now your Royal Knight deck is going to abuse this. Now you get a reboot blocker in Royal Knights if it matters. And it's not once per turn, so you can get... Alright, whatever. Getting over the Royal Knight hate. I love Royal Knights. I just don't like that deck. I think it's toxic. On play, when Digivolving, when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 DP for the turn. So this is not once per turn. So if you do Digivolve on top of your Kyoko, you get the minus 5,000 one thing, and then when you go to attack, you can minus 5,000 on another thing again, which can clear off a lot of bodies, or just get rid of 2 pesky small bodies, or minus something enough where your opponent doesn't want to block with it. And then all turns once per turn, when this Digimon suspends, if Kyoko is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or if this Digimon's stack has 2 or more same level cards, very interesting, it gets plus 3,000 DP until your opponent's turn end, then this Digimon unsuspends. Wow. So you swing, it suspends, you got Kyoko, or 2 same level, it gets 3,000, and then it unsuspends. That way you get to attack again. That's minus 15,000. All right, this card is really strong. Digivolve minus 5, swing minus 5, use the effect to get 3,000 again, unsuspend, swing again, that's another minus 5. This Alphamon is really strong. And it's a yellow vaccine, by the way, guys. So Angels, eat your heart out if you really want to run this as your top end, I guess. Really, really cool. Everyone loves Alphamon. If you don't know, that is one of my favorite Digimon. He's actually the art I used to try to design and, get ready for this channel. I like Alphamon a lot. Him and Blackwood Greymon, that is actually my art. I combined the both of them. Not myself, AI art, just to be clear. Together for the art that I used is Alphamon and Blackwood Greymon X Anybody combined together. But so that's a super rare for the set, and then we have a super rare Omnimon. Very interesting that they're showing us the 1-star art because they wanted to recreate this art, because obviously she shows up, helps out to beat the final bosses with the Omnimon, and a really amazing art here. This is dope. Omnimon flexing, being cool, her flexing, being cool, finally getting serious. A big moment in the games. Obviously a Holy Warrior Royal Knight, CS trait, vaccine, mega goes on top of your blue and red level 6s for a 6 cost, or any level 6 CS trait with a cost of 5. So this is actually pretty good. Very generic top end for any CS trait Digimon. So you can actually Digivolve this on top of your Alphamon if you really wanted to, which is kind of important. Digivolve it on top of Alphamon because you just get to go CS trait for a cost of 5, which is not bad. Or you could just DNA Digivolve this baby with the Greymon and Garurumon level 6 and name, cost of 0. Very specific that she is using Greymon or Garurumon in the name, cost of 0. That makes this card infinitely better to be able to throw in all the other decks, because now you can run whichever top end that you want to in those decks and have her. This is going to be the new DNA Digivolve Omnimon for sure. And it's got a lot of keywords. Blocker, decode, and decode. So decode a black or red level 3, or decode a blue or yellow level 3. Now, you don't get to get both of these, but you do get to decode the level 3s back out. So essentially being red being the Agumon, blue being the Gabumon. The yellow, I'm kind of curious. Maybe I'm not seeing where that is coming from in it. It could be, if you run this in your Alphamon decks, it can also help with that, right? Because now in the Alphamon decks, any of your... I'm blanking on what the new Alphamon support was, but the red, black, yellow stuff, now you can play out your level 3 from that one. If you really wanted to run Omnimon in that deck, you definitely could now, because you have a yellow. I'm just throwing things out there. But let's get on to the effect, right? All that already makes this card really, really good. But it also has on play when attacking. Of course, they give it on play because Royal Knight support.
When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. This is pretty good, especially if you get to unsuspend it. So not a super impactful when attacking effect, but very, very strong, very, very good. And you can recur it if you can restand this Digimon, which we know we can do, baby. So swing, delete. And then also, when Digimon for every 2 same level cards in this Digimon's stacks, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, then this Digimon may attack. So this is just that way, end of turn. DNA Digivolve, Digivolving, you got 2 of the same level, return one of their Digimon to the bottom of the deck, the one that you can't delete. Then this Digimon may attack, which then lets you attack to delete their lowest DP. Being able to clear off multiple bodies in a turn is really, really strong. Love the art too, so sick, so freaking cool. But going on to it, we have Kintarusmon. Really, really cool. Love to see Kintarusmon. And if you don't see it there, there is our hero riding on Old Force Veedramon. Very, cool. I think that she is actually on the other side. Like Rena's on the right side, the left side. And we have Aimi Aiba on the other side of their arm. So really, really cool. I'm assuming she's probably over here, but the art doesn't show it. But we can see Aiba right here on it, which is really, really cool. Kintarusmon being a big part of helping you clear these Digimon off in the game. A couple Royal Knights can get the job done. And this shows here too that, you can DNA Digivolve or Digivolve on top of the Alphamon or the Kintarusmon if you need to. And then you can play out your level 3 or blacks or any other color that goes along with the Kintarusmon engine from the Omnimon being able to have the decode level 3 yellow in a black or red, which is really dope. Gonna be some really cool deck profiles that come out from this for sure. But we have Digivolve, Kirin Mon. Or / level 5 with CS trait cost of 3. Very interesting. Sorry I worded that way. But when this card be played, if there are 6 or fewer total cards in both player security stacks, reduce the play cost by 6, blocker and barrier. It will be a boost in Royal Knights. A big time. You're playing this for either even cheaper because now you get to stack this with the other one. Blocker barrier, really, really good. Digivolve for 3 is actually pretty good. I like that a lot. But on play, when Digivolve, you place 1 yellow card from your hand as your top security. Security control comebacks right here, baby. Yes, exactly what you want to do. This will help out the Kintarusmon deck so much. If you really wanted to play one with what's his name whenever he's trash, you get the effects. This is so good because you play this down, place that guy there as your top one. This is a blocker with barrier, so then you go to block. It has barrier. You trash your top life to keep it alive, and now you get to activate that when trashed effect. So good, such good synergy for its own deck, but just generic as well, right? That's just a generic good effect. You don't mind if you don't get that card's trashed effect because you're recovering 1. And then all turns once per turn when this Digimon suspends. By trashing your top security, unsuspends. So even better synergy with that deck being able to OTK. Really awesome. I love this card. Very good. The devs are doing such a good job with these cards. And then we have Leopardmon Ace. Yes, Leopardmon is getting its Ace version. Very cool to see this happening. You do see him fighting the Alphamon down here in the corner because the Leopardmon got all in the mad mode. Play cost 7, 12,000 DP, Digivolves for 4 in your level 5 greens, or any level 5 CS trait for across the 3. This is your ace for the deck. It is Holy Warrior Royal Knight CS trait. This is the alt art secret rare. Very sick. This alt art is nice. The art in this deck is sick. Really, really cool. On play, when Digivolving, you may play 1 5,000 DP or lower Digimon card from your hand without playing the cost. Then all of your level 3 or higher Digimon gain blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. That is so good. Royal Knight decks are going to play this down. Now all the Royal Knights are blockers that they already weren't in the first place. That is pretty good. This lets you play out the Omekamon as well in the deck. And then obviously, I keep going back to the Royal Knights because the deck just keeps getting more and more better and better and better and better and better. But in CS version world, if you're playing this too, you play any of your 5,000 DP or lower CS trait Digimon, it will have blocker, which may come up, being pretty good. And then all turns once per turn when any of your other Digimon will leave the battle area, gain 2 memory. That's crazy. Any of your other Digimon all turns once per turn, you can swing in with some of your Digimon or find ways where they get killed and you just gain 2 memory. And then your opponent's turn, you made all your Digimon blocker anyways, so you're going to gain 2 memory, still in memory back. This is a busted ace card. This is also very generic. This is probably the best green ace card in the game, maybe one of the best aces in the game. Mainly being able to say, even if you in a generic green deck, your opponent swings in, you blast Digivolve into this card. Now, when you Digivolve, you play a little character. It could be anything. Retaliation, anything. It doesn't matter what they do. It is now a blocker. So then you will block with that character that you played, and then now you'll steal 2 memory from your opponent. Really big time ace card. This is going to swing a lot of games. It's like a double trap card because you're going to gain 2 memory when you blast Digivolve and do all these shenanigans, which is really, really cool. All right. That is point 2, going on to point 3. New characters from the anime digital universe app monsters become cards. We got a new app tamer. It is Torahiro Asuka. This is play cost 3. Start your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Very generic. We love to see it. Security, play it for free. Your turn, when any of your Digimon get linked by suspending this tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2 DP per turn. Then one of your Digimon may app fuse into a Digimon card in the hand. So this is just so you don't pass the turn, I guess, right? So you play him for 3, and his effect lets you neg something by 2,000, and then immediately app fuse into a card in the hand, and then get their effects. Very interesting, very cool. Very nice to have another Appmon trait tamer. This is the Orannos. Oh, I'm messing this one. Ouren Nosmon. Ouren Nosmon. It is a God Appmon application. God Awakening. It is a play cost of 12,000 DP. It digivolves for 5 on any generic level 5 yellow Digimon for 4, or, any of your Appmon ultimate 4s for any color for 4 costs, or you can app Fusion, Internmon, and Fakemon, right, for a cost of 0. If they're linked together, you get to do it. It has Alliance, which is so strong, and Link +1, which is really, really good, being able to attach 2 links to it. When Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn, you may play 1 level 4 lower Appmon trait Digimon card from your hand without playing the cost. All turns once per turn, when any of your Digimon are played, you may link 1 Appmon trait card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to one of your Digimon without paying the cost. So I see where the Asuka comes into play now. You can play this down, then app fuse your Etern and Fakemon, and then now get this effect to Digivolve to play 1, and then whenever you play 1, which is really, really good, you just get to just link one of those Appmons from this Digimon's Digivolution card to one of your Digimon without paying the cost. So then giving him another link, which is pretty good. That is really, really good. I like the art on it a lot. It's pretty sick. Nice to have another option in the Appmon deck. Will be really interesting to see how we try to make it work, because having to run Eternmon and Fakemons and stuff like that in the deck, now you kind of have to pick which Appmons you want to run. But nice to have the choice, right? We have his partner, Digimon Appmon is going to be Musimon. This is a stand Appmon entertainment music stationary. Play cost 3, Digivolve for 0. Digivolve on any Appmon for a cost of 0, which is really good and generic. And we have your turn. Which turn when this Digimon gets linked, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 Torajiro Asuka from your hand without paying the cost. So you link this card, pay the link cost, get him out for free. Then whenever he comes out for free, then hopefully you can app fuse into the level 4 that this app fuses from, which would be really, really cool, right? But link costs 1. When attacking once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP. So looking to be a more kind of swarm the board, also control-y, but has Alliance, so can be very aggro too. Very interesting lines for our Torajiro new Appmon tamer. All right, going on to point 4. There is no way I'm loading this up as one video. I'm going to have to cut this in half and probably make 2 different videos out of it for sure. But point 4, new Mega Form Digimon from Digimon Liberator join the lineup. This is Yao Queen Lan. She is super cute. Everybody loves her with the glasses, the hair, the outfit. She is our fish aqua tamer from Digimon Liberator. Has the Liberator trait. Security, play this card. Play cost of 3. Start your main phase by returning this tamer to the bottom of the deck. You may play 1 Yao King Lan from your hand without paying the cost. And if you don't have a Digimon card, you may play 1 Sangomon from your chest. Wow, that is really good. really good recursion. Send her to the bottom, play out your rookie, and play out another Yao Queen Lan from your hand. It doesn't say it can't be this one, so really cool to know that. All turns when effects add Digivolution cards to any of your Digimon with the Aqua or Sea Animal, and any of the traits by suspending this tamer, draw one. Yes, draw one, draw one, draw one. That is exactly what this deck needs, is a way to recur your hand, because once your Digimon come out, you have ways to, keep them from tucking, doing cool stuff like that. But now drawing the card is absolutely essential. Really, really good. Love to see this tamer. We got a new unique emblem from her. This is her emblem from the Liberator. Really love the art. This looks really, really good like it does in the Liberator. Unique emblem, Facidia Lagoon. Security activate its main effect. So let's see what its main effect is. It has a 3 use cost. Main, you may play one Sangomon or Yao King Lan from your hand or trash without paying the cost and place this card in battle area. Very versatile, very good to know that you can get it from the hand or trash. So most cases you're going to want to try to get it from the trash. But your turn, when any of your Yang King Lan suspend, delay. So to note, this one doesn't suspend, it just returns to the bottom. But you do suspend a draw, so good to know. When any of them suspend, one of your Digimon with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of its traits may Digivolve into an aquatic and Liberator trait Digimon card from your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 3. So this is very specific and not very generic, because it may Digivolve into an aquatic or Liberator trait Digimon. Those traits specific. Aqua does include aquatic, but you will miss out on Sea Animal and all those other traits from this Digivolution. So this kind of puts you straight into Aqua and aquatic types, even though she does want Sea Animal as well, or just Liberator trait, right? So if you just stay Liberator, but there is older fish support that kind of gets muddled in with this deck sometimes, and I think this card kind of makes you have to cut those cards. But being able to reduce it by 3 is pretty good. Pretty good. This is so much value on this card. It's essentially cost free, lets you play a Songo or a King Lan, and then you also get to reduce by 3. This card is cracked. That is cracked. But super cute card. One of my favorite Digimon. This is a new Digimon from Digimon Liberator. This did not exist beforehand. This is new Digimon for the Liberator storyline. Play cost 14,000 DP. Digivolves for 4 on your level 6s, which is a very generic Digivolution cost and pretty low considering it's a level 7 Digimon. But Digivolve while you have a Yao King Lan or Marine Bullmon, cost 6. Interesting. While you have a King Lan, you can Digivolve on top of Marine Bullmon. So, Warp Digivolving, essentially. The level 5 can go into this card. But Decode level 6 or lower Aqua Sea Animal in any trait. When Digivolving, we love Decode. Decode is so good, and especially in this deck. When Digivolving, you may play one each of level 3, 4, and 5 Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal. Any of their traits from this Digimon Digivolution cards without paying the cost. Dang! That's pretty good. The only issue here, though, is if you play the 3, 4, and 5 out, if you went into Marine Bullmon, now you won't have a level 6 or lower inner sources, so let's read on. When Digivolving, when attacking one's turn by placing one of your other Digimon, there it is, as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, and this Digimon unsuspends. This is really, really important, so you Digivolve, flood the board with all your Aqua and Sea Animals, then get all of their effects, resolve all of those, and then she will, then you can do the Wind Digivolving effect of her to place one of them into the sources to then bounce a very specific level Digimon back to your opponent's hands. But if you went into your level 6 for 4, now you have level, you can't play the level 6 from this one, but you can bounce a level 3, 4, or 5, which is really, really good. But this effect, if you do have the level 6, she'll let you place that in its sources, which would then give you the decode of the level 6, which is really, really good. And she also gets to unsuspend, which is really, really good. That's really strong. So you're going to probably usually, this sounds a little bit better when you do it when attacking, honestly. So do the Digivolve, bounce them all out, swing with her, then do all the shenanigans. That's how it would work out. We have the cute yellow puppet girl herself, Arisa Kinosaki. I love her. I love her deck. I love her style. Super cute Digimon Tamer. Play cost of 3. Play it for free from security. Sorry about that. Start of your main phase. By returning this tamer to the bottom of the deck, you may play one Arisa Kinosaki from your hand without paying the cost. And if you don't have a Digimon, you may play one Shumon from your trash without paying the cost. These tamers are getting busted. That's so good. Return this tamer to the bottom. Play another Arisa. Try to only do this when you need to put a Digimon back onto the board. And it lets you play the Shumon from trash. So this is kind of like after your board maybe got cleared. But then she also says all turns. When any of your tokens or puppet trait Digimon are played, by suspending this tamer, draw a card. So you can return her to then play another copy of her you have from your hand. And then she will be on the field. And then if you don't have a Digimon, play one. And then her all turns effect will then proc that lets you play that puppet and then suspend her to draw a card. That is really good synergy, really, really strong. Gosh, she's got so many good options, though, in the deck. You're going to have to find room for this card, though. But she also gets her unique emblem, the Fabled Wall. It's really, really cool. Beautiful art here, having the Syndromon in the back. Ryudomon also in the back of that one. And the Sangomon, the Tamer, and the level 6s, and with their Digimon. Love to see it. Use cost of 3, security activated main. You may play one Shumon or Arisa from your hand or trash without paying the cost, then put it in the battle area. When any of your Arisa suspend, delay one of your puppet trait Digimon by Digivolve into a puppet and Liberator trait Digimon card in the hand with the digital cost reduced by 3. So these emblems are super strong for these decks, which makes me really, really excited to see when they make the emblems for all the other Liberator support. And of course, she has her level 7 Digimon in the card game now, which is lets you go on top of Chaparomon for 6 if Arisa is on your field, or you can just Digivolve it on top of your Centralmons, and if you want to. In most cases, you're going to want to not do that in this deck, whereas in the other one, you don't mind doing that too much. This one, you definitely kind of want to only go into the Chaparomon because you want those Centralmons to be out. I can see this guy being a 1 or 2 of in the deck. In my list, I will probably take out my Ace, Shine Greymon, the yellow that lets to play the Tamer for this guy, for this instance of being able to, sometimes be stuck with a 5 and you want to get a powerful Digimon to the board. But it has Overclock Puppet trait, which we do expect these Digimon to have. And then when Digivolve, you may play one level 4 lower Puppet trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost, which is really good. Then to one of your opponent's Digimon, give 3,000, minus 3,000 till the end of their turn for each of your Digimon. That's a board wipe. That is really, really good. But then to one of your opponent's Digimon give. So you can only pick the one Digimon. So, okay, not a board wipe, but you're going to have at least 2. So you're minusing it 6 until the end of their turn. But in theory, that's really going to be 4. You're going to, in most cases, have 4, which will be 12,000, which will clear a lot of bodies in the game. So really, really strong. All turns once per turn when any of your other Digimon are deleted, you may activate one of those Digimons when Digivolve effects. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's super good. Because you're going to Digivolve, even if he's the only Digimon you have, play the puppet, that's minus 6,000 there from him alone, that combo, and then you swing, you overclock that puppet, activate his when Digivolve. Oh my god! Oh! So then you activate his Digivolve effect again to play another puppet from your hand. And then minus 6 again. Wow, this is good synergy with the deck. I like this guy. This is really good. Really cool. I like the Nia Bootmon. Really cool art. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. The last point, not the last point, but close to it. Point 5, buy a box, get a special pack. I love box topper promos. We finally get our sanctioned familiar token, which is really, really good. It gives you all these different things. Can be used as a familiar token, can be put in Digi-Egg decks, can't Digivolve, can't be placed on tokens. They're removed from the game. On deletion when your opponent gets minus 3,000. So this is the puppet token for the deck. We just have an upgraded version of the art for Sangomon here, being the searcher from BT22. It has jamming. On play, by placing this Digimon as bottom of each of the cards of any of your Digimon with the Aqua Animal traits. Until your opponent's turn, that Digimon gains a blocker and can't be deleted in battle. Very specific. This is a good Digimon for the deck. Love to see that the set is giving alternate alt arts for the cards coming from the set as the box topper. I like that. More synergy, more reason to want to buy these boxes and get cards to play in the cards that come in the box. Who would have thought? But a great card for the deck, for sure. Being able to give something blocker, get a source underneath it. And then obviously if they kill it, you can decode and play this guy back out, then also being able to tuck it back in again. Good synergy. All right, so the Shoemon from BT22, this is an alt-art box topper version of it. Really cool to see it running away from the, I forgot what these two Digimon are. Anyways, it's running up the wall from those two Digimon. On play and on deletion, one of your Digimon with the puppet trait gains blocker until your opponent's turn ends. This is really, really good because you can play the Shoemon from your Neobootmon's effect, give him blocker, or give the token blocker, and then when either of them dies, activate his effect again. And then this thing will also, on deletion, give something a blocker, which is really, really good because you're going to give that thing blocker that you are playing back out with your Neobootmon. Good synergy. Definitely feels a little more control-y version of a deck, right? And because when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2 DP for the turn. All right, now what I was wanting to get to, the rookie partner Digimon you get to pick in the game. This art is sick. I love it. All these arts are sick, having these arts in the background. It looks like they all have the Agumon and the Gabumon in the background. I can't see too much else going on, but really sick art. Love it. It's a lot going on. CS trait for free or any yellow or green. Level 2 for 1. Very interesting they did that, but they want to keep it in the CS trait. Your turn. Once per turn, when effects place Digimon card with the CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, if you have one or fewer tamers, you may play one tamer card with the CS trait from your hand. Very generic. I like this because you are playing the game. You are one of the CS trait guys. You are one of the tamers. You are picking one of these Digimon, so make them all generic together. This is super good. But main, once per turn, by placing this CS trait Digimon's top stack card as its bottom Digivolution card, you get to draw a card. So this is how we're stacking our sources throughout the set with our, partner Digimon to then place that in. Will give us the same levels in the traits, hopefully, which then helps us out a lot. Main, once per turn, by placing this CS trait Digimon's top stack card as its bottom Digi card, draw a card. But you don't get to gain a memory. But if this is out and you do this effect from your 4 down to a 3, now you get to play the Tamer for free, which is really, really good. The art is sick. And of course, we have Palmon, we got Agumon in the background, Gabumon in the background. We got the cool little art. Do all these arts go together? Oh, they do. I love multiple card arts. This is sick. This is awesome. So we see that she had the. Oh yeah, this is awesome. I am a fan. But CS trait 0 main, by placing this CS trait Digimon stack card, draw a card. They all have that same inheritable, so I won't keep reading it. But your turn, once per turn, when effects place Digimon card with CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Hagurumon, the other partner Digimon from the set, 0 cost on your CS, so you're going to max out on all of these in all of the decks. Once per turn, when effects place Digimon cards with the CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3 DP for the turn. So the control aspect, this is your yellow CS trait. We have our red, green, and yellow. So yellow, black, red, and green. Those are the colors we need that kind of help us out to have synergy with the Omnimon, right? Because he's going to let you get out, oh my god, I passed him, the, decode level 3 of these 2 colors and decode level 3 of those colors. So we are missing blue in the colors down here, right? So it could be, the rookie for this deck maybe. It could be interesting to see the decks built in this. And they are giving us some deck build recipes, which I will look at. I am not doing that in this video. That has to be a separate one. This will probably end up being 3 videos the way I edit and split it. But let me know what you guys think. I am super excited for the set. Probably more excited than I've been for any set in the card game for a very, very long time. The Tamers, I am a sucker for Tamers. I love Tamers. They are part of the connection with them and their Digimon that make me love Digimon so much, because that is how you feel when you're playing the game, right? You and your partner Digimon going through the game, trying to find a way to beat the games, and it's just so much fun. I love it. But don't forget to leave the video a like. Subscribe to the channel. I will be making more content going over this set in a little bit more better detail, and maybe try to do some deck profiles for you guys. But leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more Digimon content for y'all. Peace.